We dated for 10 years. Making sure I didn't. Okay, yeah. We dated for 10 years. She left unexpectedly 1.5 years ago and has been in a relationship for a year. She contacts me, wants to talk and see me. When we do, it's great and typically ends up on the couch. And I assume on the couch that you're just watching a movie and holding hands. No, no, I get it. Um, all right. So she's with somebody else. Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah, she has been. So she's in a relationship and you two are sleeping together. Well, that's not good all around. First of all, we have the ethical dilemma there that I'm not going to preach you about, but it's there. But secondly, what does it say about you, okay, that you are to be had while she's also with another guy? Now, again, there was somebody earlier, we haven't gotten to this, but they asked me about poly relationships. I've just got to fall back on the experience card and tell you that those usually just blow up and do not end well for anybody involved. And that's about all I'm going to get into that. But at the moment, you are allowing her to be with this guy and still to get to be with you and to have sex with you. You're actually, though you don't know it, if you want something different than that, in other words, if you want a committed relationship with her, then what you're doing is you are showing her that you want her so badly that you will take being shared, sharing, you will share her just to have a piece of her. Okay, which might sound romantic, but it will lead to her disrespecting you and taking you for granted. And the odds of you getting what you really want, which I assume, based on you asking me a question, I assume it's you wanting to be in an exclusive relationship with her, just the two of you. If you show her you're willing to share, all that does is show her that you don't respect yourself enough to have standards. So she's likely to disrespect you as well, to not have respect for you. And if she can't respect you, she cannot feel attraction for you. That's especially true of attraction coming from a female to a man. If she can't respect you, it's very difficult for attraction to thrive. So even though it might seem like, and there's some other coaches, who, I've had great conversations with, and I think in particular, this one guy, I think is a good guy, and he thinks I'm a good guy. We would probably call each other friends. He would probably tell you, no big deal. She's sleeping with other people. I'm sleeping with other people too. But if you're wanting an exclusive relationship with somebody, okay, that's what I'm talking about. If that's what you want, then by sharing her like that, you actually make that less likely because you show you don't have standards. You show that you're willing to share with another guy when that's not what you want to do. Okay, and that's the key. Because if you were fine with it, that's another conversation. But at least she would know that you were fine with it. But she probably knows that you want it to be just the two of you. That's where the real problem is there. So believe it or not, I think the first step for you, if you really want her back, is next time you two are on that couch, maybe there shouldn't even be a next time. When she wants to come over, I would start going into where I'm friend zoning her a little bit because she's with somebody. Show her you have some standards and show her you respect yourself. And you might be surprised at how much she starts respecting you and wanting to be with you, and that she breaks up with this guy. And even then, it's a weird situation because I don't know all the details. I'm not into, especially if this is I'm pretty certain this is not a marriage situation, or I wouldn't be talking this way because that's bad. But I've said a lot, and I'm going to toss the baton over because I'm really thirsty.
Well, you can look at it like this too. Anytime you act outside of an expected behavioral pattern in a relationship, you trigger fascination, curiosity, and second guessing. If you readjust your sense of worth and priority in a relationship to the point that you've drained yourself of all sense of respect, that's not going to drive them back because, like Lee said, it's impossible to feel attraction for somebody that you don't feel respect for. And one of the things that drives me crazy is we live in a culture now, we have enlightened ourselves to a state of ignorance. Like we've decided that being jealous is a bad thing. Sometimes being jealous is a good thing. It's a natural reaction to somebody that you deeply, authentically love. So the idea that you're trying to prove how strong you are by pretending like it doesn't bother you that the person you love is sleeping with somebody else, you're actually trying to force yourself into what you defined as strength by putting yourself in a situation that is going to mentally and emotionally break you down. And if you stay in that situation long enough, you will lose respect for yourself. They will lose respect for you, and you'll actually feel weaker and weaker. And you'll realize that even the good days that you're chasing and trying to get with this person, you don't really have good days. You just have less awful days. Like I'm still with them, so I don't have to deal with the pain of them not being in my life anymore. But you're hiding the fact that even being with them, you're with them in such a way that you still feel miserable. You don't feel valued. You don't feel loved. You don't feel cherished. You feel like you compromised your sense of self worth, so you don't have to feel as much pain. But that's not really a win. It's like you're sabotaging yourself. I will say, because it looks like he's getting some water too. You can look at it like this. Sometimes I'll have people say, "Yeah, but if I don't stay in the fight, they've already they've already shown that they're willing to walk away. So we had two people in a relationship, and now we just have one fighting for it. If I risk losing them, then now there's nobody fighting for the relationship. Well, that's a lie. It's a false premise. If you have one person fighting for a relationship, you don't have a relationship. You have delusion. You have denial. So the real question isn't how do I get them to jump back in this relationship with me? I always say it's like me saying that me and Jennifer Aniston are now really over because I've been fighting to have a relationship with her for 20 years. Well, she's never actually been in the relationship with me, so that would make me delusional.
It's her
And
loss,
it
Ken.
covers up the real question. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And it covers up, we were on a break. It covers up the real question, which is what Lee says. How do I spike attraction? You spike attraction, you increase attraction by showing more strength than likely either one of you expected you to demonstrate.
Awesome. Even the part that I wasn't here for. It was awesome.
Thank you. Chest bump.